Hey everyone, this is Justin from the supports team. Today I want to talk to you about setting the default locations of inFlow. So in inFlow, there are actually three types of different default locations you can set. There is a system-wide one, there is a personal level one, and there's also one you can set for certain customers. We call that the customer level one. So at the very least, you will have a system-wide default location. So under inventory settings, in my options, I can click locations. It will show me a list of locations I have. There's Calgary, British Columbia, and Toronto. That one is the default location system-wide. So this will be my system-wide default location. I can change this at any time by choosing the star for another location. But let's just say it's Calgary. That means whatever order I choose, whatever customer I choose, whatever supplier vendor I choose, it will always be Calgary for now. So let's say I'm doing a new sales order for any customer, Amy. It will have Calgary as the location. I do it again for another purchase order, for example. I only have one vendor, I believe. Yeah. It will also be Calgary for the location. However, that's okay for now because my headquarters is in Calgary, so that makes sense. However, the company grew and I only work in Toronto now, and I want to set up different personal default location. I can do that in personal settings, clicking personal defaults, and then there will be a default location drop down. I can choose that as Toronto and save. This means that all the orders that I choose, that I create when I'm logged in with this user account, will be from Toronto. This doesn't mess with the system-wide default location. So if I go back to my inventory settings, locations, Calgary is still my system-wide default location. However, because I'm logged in with a personal default location that is different, if I create a sales order right now for Amy, again, it will have Toronto, because this is my personal default location. I do the same thing for another customer. It will be also Toronto. Now I brought Chandler up for a specific reason because you'll see that there are addresses information saved here, and it's for BC. So it doesn't really make sense because even though my orders, yeah, they will choose Toronto for by default, but that doesn't really make sense for this customer. I could change it manually to British Columbia if I want and save it. However, this isn't the most efficient way, and there is a smarter way to do this. So if I go to my customer records, and it was for Chandler, I can see that it's for BC. There are other customers for Ontario. Now for Chandler, there will be a preferences area where I can set a default location for this customer only. And for this, I will choose British Columbia because I know that Chandler is always in British Columbia. So I want his orders to be coming out from that warehouse. So I have this customer default location set up. So if I choose a new sales order for someone other than Chandler, it will be in Toronto as expected. But if I do a new sales order for Chandler, it will be British Columbia because there was the customer default location. So yeah, that is how you set the three different types of default locations and how they affect different places in inFlow. Thank you.